What's going on, YouTube? It's your boy Rios Reloaded family. We back with another collection update. So I know I did one earlier this year, but when you update the collection with a few of them, you got to do another one, man. You know what I'm saying? I just figured I'd update y'all on what's going on, and y'all the fam, so we got to, right? So without further ado, instead of going from our first firearm to our last, we're going with the last to the first. So right now, this is technically not a full firearm. It is just a frame. We got the PSA micro dagger in the works. Right now, I'm not sure if I want to stipple it. I'm not sure even what slide I want to put on there. I don't know if I want to hit up Delta Team Tactical. I don't know if I want an OEM Glock slide. I don't know if I want to go just all OEM PSA dagger. I'm going to figure that out, you know. But for now, this is the last thing I bought. And that's how we're going to start the video. So drop some comments whether you want me to throw a magwell, you want me to stipple it, put some handling grips, what kind of trigger, what kind of slide, what kind of optics, Zalissi or Shiley. Y'all know they're my family. They'll probably send one out for me to test out. So drop some comments down below on what you guys would like to see on the micro dagger build. But obviously, that's not what y'all here to see, right? Let's get into it. So this is my Gen 5 17C build. This bad puppy right here is my baby. I know I'm a Canic boy, but man, I'm loving Glock. I mean, I've always loved Glock, but I've never owned one for myself. And now that I own it, I kind of understand. I understand it now, man. I understand why people are, you know, Glock fanatics the way I'm a Canic fanatic. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, this is my Norso Gen 5 build. So this slide in the barrel is from Norso, and it has the C ports. Literally like what you would see on a 17, 19, 23C, whatever, you know, Glock has for their standard OEM porting is the same style I went to go for. Then we have a Holosun 407C and a TLR HL on there. And then obviously, shout out to Hilliker, y'all family too. We got the camo mag up in there with the Velocita 96 grain full copper hollow points. And these are my favorite hollow points to have in any of my firearms currently. Shout out to Velocita. Big shout out to them. But right here, this build is actually dedicated it's dedicated to my grandfather who just passed away. I was building this as he was passing, and I, you know, decided this build is gonna be dedicated to him because he was just a strong, sturdy, you know, dude, man. And this is a strong, sturdy build. So I'm probably gonna get this laser engraved and everything soon, and I have a back plate on the way with a picture of me and him. So this will be my dedicated grandpa build. And yeah, man, I just love this gun. I really do. It sits in my Orpas 240. I do not conceal carry this thing because I do not want to beat her up too bad. This is my workhorse, but I keep her pretty, if you get what I'm saying. So RIP Grandpa, this G17 Gen 5. From there, we Orpas again on the holster. This right here is my other baby. These are the only two I've been really actually running currently. And this is gonna be the Canic Prime. Ski. This thing right here is the best Canic to come out by far. By far, man. You know, I have the Zalissi Z1-R, I believe is the optic on there. Shout out to Zalissi for sending this out. I'm actually loving this optic a lot. I'm probably going to be putting this optic on the micro dagger when it comes around time because I want to match one of my other pistols I'm going to show you with the Aurora RMU that's coming out mad soon. Shout out to Aurora. And yeah, man, like this flat face trigger with these slide serrations, I have one up top right now and I don't want to take it out. But I mean, everything about this gun, from the magazines popping out so easily, to the slight magwell, very slim, to the TLR X7X, the ports. I mean, some people say that these ports don't work. I highly disagree. I just think that they're expecting not to grip a gun. You know what I'm saying? Like when you get ports, you know, most of the time it does help with the recoil impulse and you don't, you know, you kind of get used to the soft shooting ability of it. but this is a subcompact at the end of the day. It's gonna kick, man. And the fact that I have a good grip already, plus the ports, makes this gun shoot flat. Like I've seen people who shoot for a living not shoot this gun flatter than me. I'm not trying to brag, I'm just being real. And yeah, they say, oh, the ports don't work. Hey, mine do. my slide just goes like this, and I love it. The trigger on this is phenomenal. Everything about this gun to me is phenomenal. So, right here, Canic Prime. Up next, we got my bad boy. Where's that? There we go. Now, this is one of my monster guns right now. This right here, believe it or not, is a Gen 2. Now, usually, how I bought it, it came with the original 22 slide, but I turned this Gen 2 into a 17 only due to the fact that Delta Team Tactical sent me this ported barrel out. And then also, again, shout out to Siley. They sent me the EDG, and I said, you know what, we're keeping it just like this for a little while. And plus, I don't want to beat up the original slide too much because it is a Gen 2. And I mean, this thing is a beauty, man. An absolute beauty. And it's just super, I mean, even the original slide is super buttery on there. But, I mean, when have you seen a Gen 2 look this nice? Because I haven't. So, everything is basically bone stock on this firearm, except for the fact that it has, obviously, an aftermarket slide and barrel. And then I threw this Recover Tactical rail adapter due to the fact that Gen 2s and Gen 1s do not have a rail for light systems and stuff like that. And then I also threw a magwell on here, some Talon grip, shout out to Talon. And yeah, I mean, this thing right here is just the flattest Glock I probably ever shot, like flatter than my 17. Like, this gun just shoots so soft, man. And I don't know, I feel like I want to do something else to it, but right now I'm not really sure because of the fact that this is technically can be a collector's item for certain Glock owners in the future. And I might not let it go because I'm not the type to sell firearms, but if someone was to give me a price, you know, I obviously then want to keep it in as much mint condition as possible. So that's why I didn't stipulate it. I threw on the Talon grips. But yeah, I mean, this right here is pressure, right? Now, after I bought that, I got this right here, back to Canic. Canic MC9, the original. Now, if I would have knew that they were dropping the Prime, I probably would have never bought this. But I'm still happy I own it. Because honestly, this is one of the best, in terms of comfortability, subcompacts that you could buy. I mean, either a 12 to 15 rounder, really, really nice grip, really nice trigger. The sights on it are, to me, for iron sights, really good. And then paired with this Aurora Optics RMU enclosed optic, I mean, pressure, man. Through the Olight PL Valkyrie Mini 2, yeah, PL Mini 2 Valkyrie. And got some Hornady criticals up in there. I either run Velocita or Hornady. Those are the only two brands I actually kind of rock with in terms of my carry weapons. But yeah, man, the ambi controls on this, I mean, you can't go wrong with it. I mean, yeah, it is small, she is snappy, all right, but she will get the job done. She will get the job done. Now, moving on from that, again, if you need a good holster, look at Orpaz. Please look at Orpaz. This right here is, for a moment in time, was the only gun I was actually shooting. This right here is my PSA Frankenstein. Now, this build right here just shreds, dude. This is another really flat shooting build due to the 8 ports at the top. Yeah, man, this trigger is just super light. Great reset on it. And then with the Siley Chameleon, like, this build right here is just butter. Like, I know a lot of people do not like PSA, but I have all Glock internals in my PSA, and I mean, dude, you can't go wrong. To get a frame for 60 bucks and it's Gen 3 compatible. And then look, I mean, then I stippled it, and yeah, I just fell in love with this build. I really, really fell in love with this build. I still am in love with this build, but I just don't shoot it as much. I do dry fire with this a lot, actually. But yeah, man, this right here, it's just such a sweet looking build, man. I have a magwell on there, raised slide stop. Like I said, I did the custom stippling, undercut, grips. I forgot what company makes this particular slide, but whoever they are, shout out to them, man, because man, like, you got front serrations, you have these nice, like, really aggressive serrations on the rear of the slide, and then this Siley Chameleon is just a huge window, just absolutely huge window. And then I got this trigger off of eBay. It actually made my gun before I changed it all to all internals for Glocks with the slide and the frame. This trigger in the aftermarket trigger bar that they sent with it made my shit go binary. And so yeah, man, it was definitely fun figuring this out. All right, now into my beginning stages where I was only buying one brand, right? Oh, I'm missing one actually, y'all boys. I'm missing one. I knew I was missing something. My bad, y'all boys. Right here. So this is actually my home defense firearm that sits on my dresser. No wonder I forgot about it, because it just never leaves there. I think I have some. I think these are SIGs. Let's see. No, these are some Federals. Yes, I have some Federal hollow points in there. 30 round mag, or 29 YouTube compliant magazine. And this was my baby, but then I literally said this shoots so flat and so nice that it's gonna be my home defense pistol. So I have the Olight Valkyrie on there. I know people don't like Olight, but then again, hey, I don't take this outside the house, and this light is actually super bright compared to a lot of other lights for pistols. So I said, you know what, I'm gonna get an Olight for it, since I'm not gonna be carrying it out the house. Why spend $200, $300 for, you know, a stream light to an X300 when it's never gonna leave my house? But yeah, again, Canic, amazing triggers, amazing sights on this weapon, and shout out to Taylor Freelance for the extension, and as well as the back plate for your grip. And yeah, this is my Canic SF, if you wanted to know the name of this firearm. And I just love, I got to tell, I love Canic, man. I'm the Canic man. But yeah, that is my home defense. And then we're gonna go to my real baby before I started carrying something else, which is probably the MC9 at the time, or the Dagger, one of the two. This gun, my girlfriend actually bought me, and I think it was my 23rd birthday. This is the Canic SF Elite with Taylor Freelance furniture once again, from the base plate, back plate, slide back plate, and as well as the magwell. And as y'all can see, I threw that rival trigger in there a long time ago. And then I stopped carrying it. It actually sits in my safe, so instead of buying a Streamlight for it, I just bought another Olight. I usually only have one Streamlight right now, and it just, you know, transfers to whichever gun I need it for. And really, yeah, really that's, you know, it for this build. I mean, it's beautiful to me. It might be a little boring to you. I don't think it could be boring to you. I think you'd like how this looks. I mean, dude, this is just, I call this my Darth Vader build. Well, Darth Vader's all the way around in this place. But yeah, it's my Darth Vader build. I love this damn gun so much, man. I done put thousands of rounds on this, and it just shoots so well. Shoots so well. All right, from there, I went to this, another Olight, because this is my work firearm, and if it gets stolen, I don't want to spend a lot of money. This is my budget 1911 that I spent a shit ton of money on. I changed all the internals out on this gun, from the hammer to the sears to the grip safety to the I don't forget what this part is called, because I haven't messed with it in a long time. But I changed this out. I changed the grips out to the Recover Tactical rail adapter so I can put a light on there. And yeah, this is my work hair. I carry this every single day with a spare magazine, and I keep, again, 480 criticals up in there. It is always loaded. It literally never gets unloaded. It just stays inside of my work bag. Matter of fact, I have a little bit of crud up on there from it sitting in my bag too long. But yeah, this right here is my Kiyapa 1911 from Charles Daly. This thing right here. Oh, and the trigger, I forgot. I put a nice trigger up in there. I spent a lot of money on this 1911. For 1911, that was $500. It turned to almost $1,000 real quick. Just in parts, not even just the Recover Tactical grips and the light. Like it added up quick buying parts for this thing just to make it run nice and smooth as possible. But yeah, I mean, as you can see by the press checks, like this thing is just butter. But yeah, this was my first gun I bought for myself. Actually, it's my first firearm that I bought. With that being said, this was my first firearm, period. So right here is the baby, the original baby. This is a Canic SFX, and this was gifted to me by my older cousin, Matt. I can't tell you how many rounds I put on this thing. It's well over 20 at this point, 20,000 rounds. And only thing I did to this was give it a real simple stipple job before I really knew how to do good stippling. The aluminum backstrap and magwell. And then shout out to Zalissi for the Oak Plus. This optic is just absolutely huge. I'm gonna try not to flag myself. But yeah, this optic is huge. Like, it's just such a nice window. And then I went ahead and I threw in this Hefe short stroke trigger for the Canics. And there is a lot of take up, like a lot of take up. But the thing about this trigger is it makes the reset even shorter, and the pull is also lighter. Like, look at this. I mean, just look at that reset. Like, that's shorter than my 1911 low key. And it made the trigger definitely like a 2.5 pound trigger. Like, it's light. Like, Canic triggers are light already. Like, this trigger is like, I could just blow through it. Like, but yeah. And then I actually skipped one on accident, but I figured, let's get all the pistols out the way. So, last but not least is my AR. It's nothing crazy, to be honest with you, but it is a PSA full upper and lower from PSA, and it came with a 2-stage trigger, and as well as the nickel boron bolt carrier group. And then from there, I just have a nice little sling on there. I do need to replace this adapter here so I can have a sling adapter there. And then I have a Monstrum 3x prism optic. If you're looking for an optic that's not gonna break the pockets, look at Monstrum, man. Like, this optic right here, man. Like, this thing is such a nice optic. The eye relief is a little weird, and it does get some adjusting too. However, it's super solid, man. For the money, for sub 100, you get some pretty good quality out of it, and you could touch something from far with this optic. Then from there, we have the Sally Wolfo. I did have this on my original dagger that I had, but I sold that a while back, and I put it on here on a 45. But yeah, man, this AR is exactly what I want out of an AR. And then shout out to Low for Show for the parts. My hand stop right here, he 3D printed it for me, and I mean, I've been loving it, dog. Like, it for a 3D printed part, it is some really good quality. I'm not even gonna lie to you. Like I can't even break that thing. And the stuff, the hardware he sent with it, so that way it can actually fit on my M-Lock. Like, I couldn't ask for anything better. But yeah, y'all boys, that is my collection so far. Got 2 Glocks, 2 PSA pistols, 5 Canics, and my AR. And we are probably adding something else by the end of the year, most likely. I wouldn't doubt it. But I hope you guys drop a comment on what you would buy out of here, or if you like all of my builds so far. And yeah, stay blessed, stay dangerous, and have a good day. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe, man. Join the Reloaded family. See y'all in the next one.